Hi everyone, this is the voice of Dr. Tolulope Olabintan of Livingspring Family Medical Center. It's another Saturday here at the clinic. I hope everyone is doing very well. I'm really excited to be here again to be talking about something that affects our quality and quantity of life. Today's live would be on the topic exercise as medicine, and I see our guest is here. And for those of you who may not know me, I am Dr. Olabintan, a family physician here in Mansfield, Texas. And one of our biggest ideals, or one of the things we pride ourselves with, is helping patients live long and well, because we believe that life is not just about the quantity, but also about the quality. So I'm going to add our guest who's already here, and I have Dr. Janeeka Benoit, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, who's going to be our guest. I'll let her introduce herself. It looks like we're adding her, and we'll go right ahead. So while Facebook figures out what it's supposed to do to add my guest on, I always like to talk about why we're doing this. Why do we do this live? Why do we choose this topic? We cannot overemphasize the importance of exercise. You know, it gets to a point where I tell patients that it's almost non-negotiable, almost, for preventing most types of diseases and even for managing many. The truth is, it is very important to exercise. Exercise is used for many things. It helps with improved quality of life. It helps with minimizing multiple risks. And the older one gets, actually, the more important it is to exercise. Let me see. It looks like Janeeka, if you're watching, it's saying here that you didn't respond. So allow your guest viewers to review. Okay, yes, I do allow that. So I'm adding you. So you're going to get an invite to join. If you're watching me, you're going to get an invite to join, and then you're going to say, I think you say yes.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Got it. Oh my
This
God.
is the first time I'm doing this before. I'm serious. Well, welcome. You did very well. We have a track record of sometimes having a little bit of hiccups, but you did well. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you deciding to join us this Saturday. I know you were busy. I was letting people know why we're doing what we're doing, why we're doing this talk. I was going to wait for you to kind of introduce yourself, because I wanted you to do that yourself. So I'm going to start by asking you, well, first, welcome. Thank you again. Please kindly introduce yourself, who you are, and what you do.
Yes. First of all, I'm hearing a little bit of an echo.
Uh-oh. Is that for me?
Yeah.
I know that's.
I hear a little bit of an echo.
Okay, I do
Okay.
hear that on your end. But it's subtle. It's not like.
Okay. Okay. We'll go with it. Okay. Well, my name is Dr. Janeeka Benoit, also known as Dr. J on social media. And I am a board-certified internal medicine physician and sports medicine specialist.
Okay.
And I got into sports medicine, actually, I can track it back to one particular day. And this day was during my second year of internal medicine residency. And you know when you just have one of those days and it's tough and hard and you just want to go home?
Uh-huh.
It was one of those days, okay? And I could not wait to go home to get to the place of solace for me, which was my bed. So as I sat on my bed with the covers over my head, I realized that I was much like my patients. Much like my patients who felt overwhelmed by being on so many pills, I was overwhelmed of having to refill them. Much like them who did not even know why they were taking so many pills, because there were names that they could not even pronounce. There were purposes for those pills that they forgot why they were taking them. I did not know my why. I did not know my why of becoming a doctor in the first place. Much like them who felt like sometimes they did not even feel in control of their health, I did not feel in control of the trajectory of my career. And for me, it was like looking down a dark tunnel with no end. And I was thinking to myself, all right, how am I going to find my purpose again after I'm done with residency, when I become an attending physician? How am I going to do that? And what I realized was exercise. Exercise taught me a powerful lesson, and that is that the power of developing a habit. Because you don't reap the benefit from exercise if you do it once. It has to be consistent. It has to become a habit. So I actually developed a method to help people with using exercise as medicine, which we'll get into later.
Yeah, don't spill the beans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't spill the beans. I won't spill the beans. So, so now I'm on a mission of helping people use exercise as medicine, but not in a way where it feels like a chore. In a way that they can take practical steps to get more of the things that they want in life, such as more energy, better sleep, more time. You know, what kind of things, what kind of habits, I should say, do you have to remove from your life, and what kind of new habits do you have to adopt in your life to have more energy, better sleep, and more time, such as with your loved ones?
Awesome. Awesome. That was a lot. I want to unpack it a little bit for those who are watching. So, you mentioned quite a few things. She said exercise, for her, it started with her own personal story where she was feeling a little tired, she was overwhelmed, but exercise was also an outlet for her to feel better. And in doing that, she was then able to see that, this is something I can do for others. I can help others feel this way and prioritize exercise because it helps you feel better. It actually helps you sleep better. It actually helps. It gives you more energy to do the things that you want to do. So I know it sounds like work or something to do, but it's worth it in the long run, essentially, is your why. So kudos to you. That's a big deal. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of concerned, even with the topic, like a lot of times when people see the word exercise, like, oh yeah, we know we got to exercise. But sometimes it's a little bit of a debacle to get over the mindset, the hurdle. Like, I don't like exercise. It sounds like work. It sounds like another to do. I don't have the energy. I'm already tired. How do you, how do you encourage your patients to see exercise as a form? Oh, but how do you, knowing how tough it is sometimes to have that conversation with patients and with people who should exercise. Everyone, I think, should exercise. How do you encourage your patients to see exercise as a form of medicine? How do you do that?
Yeah, so exactly what you said. Exercise can be off-putting sometimes for a lot of people because it's a lot. It's a challenge, right? But I like to look at it as this: exercise is you honoring yourself. It's you honoring your body. Okay, because by honoring your body, you are then able to help others. So, for example, if you're a mom, if you're a dad, if you're a sister, a wife, you have to take care of yourself because there are all these other people that are depending on you to be well. So exercise is you honoring your body, and that is medicine that you are using for yourself. You are taking care of you. So that's what exercise is medicine means for me, and what I want it to mean for others. So it doesn't feel overwhelming. So it doesn't feel like a chore.
Okay, so the mindset, you're doing this because you want to be around long enough to help those you care about, also because you want to feel better. So it's a twofold. One of the toughest things I have, and you brought it up already or in conversation with patients, is I don't have the time. I don't see how, I got to do this, I got to do that. And I tell them just what you said. If you don't take care of yourself, all those things that need your attention will eventually have to wait if something were to happen to you. Okay, so it's almost like working towards the future, doing things now for the future. Now, how do you handle the I don't have time debacle? Like, how do you like? Let's keep it real. There's always something to do. So, how do you handle the patient who says, "Look, doc, I'm busy. I'm a single mom. I have 3 kids. I don't have time to do this, or I work 2 jobs. By the time I get home, got to take care of the husband, take care of the kids, or I have, I'm just busy with school. I don't have time." What do you say to that person?
Okay, so for that it's not about finding the time. You have to create the time. Okay, so what you do is you look at your schedule, or you should have some type of schedule, either whether in your phone or in your planner, or just think about what you're doing on a weekly basis, right?
Okay.
So you look at what you're doing on a weekly basis, then you break it down one step further. Look at those individual days. Okay.
Okay.
Now, when you're starting an exercise program, you have to keep some things in mind. So number one is, what type of exercise are you going to be doing? Okay.
Okay.
What are you going to do? How long you're going to do it for?
All right, your volume went down a little bit. I don't know if your hands over the speaker. Your volume went down.
Okay, yeah, I noticed that too.
Let me see if
I think it's better. Is it better now?
yes, it's better now.
Okay. Okay. So when you're exercising, So when you're exercising, you need to know what type of exercise you're going to do, whether it's walking, biking, running, okay? How long you're going to be doing it for, so you block that amount of time that you're going to be performing that exercise for.
Okay.
How many days a week that you're going to be doing it for. So that is a great way to be systematic in creating the time to exercise.
Okay, so it's an active process. It's not
yes.
going to magically like, oh, now you have time. And okay, so here's the thing that I decided to do, because I slacked up on my exercise patterns too. And so I track how long I stay on social media. And when I tracked it, I started tracking it maybe a year ago, and I realized that it would give me a report every week. It would tell me you went up, you went down. So now I set limits. I'm not able to do that on Facebook. On Instagram, there's a 20-minute limit a day, and I can't, because it's amazing how much time you spend on social media, and you think you don't have time. So for those who are watching, for those who watch this live, watch this later, you've got to make time for those things that are important, and exercise is one of them. I like that you give a variety, because not everyone wants to run. I know we did a live before with Dr. Quirk on, using running as a form of exercise. I've grown to enjoy running, even though I abhorred it. I thought it was something like not meant for me. But there's walking. I want also people to see exercise as doesn't have to be, anything that you don't particularly enjoy. It could be as simple as dancing, but dancing, at an increased pace with the objective of getting your heart rate up and breaking a sweat. So it could be, Zumba classes. I know I keep giving dancing examples. You can tell I love dancing. It could be kickboxing. It could be getting a punching bag. I actually did that before. Got a punching bag, and you get a good workout just from doing that. And you can let out some stress too, some tensions.
Yeah. Even before your strengthening activity, you can even use like water gallons. So
okay.
I have a video on my Instagram that shows that. So if you don't have weight, no fear. Just fill up a water gallon, and you can use that as.
Oh, that is so true. See, and that's budget friendly too.
Yes. Listen, if you have a small human in your house, you got a 2-year-old or 3-year-old, that's another weight.
Just lift them up. That's it. That's it.
Those shoulders and those deltoids.
That's a good point. So a lot of times, new moms, babies are in the house. Oh, I got to do this. Get them as part of your routine. Go ahead. There you lift. 1, 2. And they're loving the time with you too. So you don't feel guilty about spending time outside of them. All right. So my next question for you is, can we give examples of medical conditions that exercise is known to help? Because sometimes people think this is just something we just say, yeah, exercise, but what medical conditions, give an example, and I'll share some too as well. But what medical conditions would you say exercise definitely helps?
Yes. So exercise helps a variety of chronic medical conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular, depression, osteoporosis. However, the ones that I love to talk about are hypertension and diabetes.
Okay.
Every single visit in a primary care office, you will see a patient that has hypertension and diabetes. So definitely.
Those are the two. Definitely very, very common. A lot of times, studies have actually shown you could drop your blood pressure points even 10 to 20 by exercising consistently, at least 5 days a week, maybe 20, 30 minutes, 5 days a week. You can actually drop your blood pressure. It works. So I want to encourage people who may have this condition, and if you don't, it's a good preventive tool as well. You mentioned depression. I always want to emphasize that. When you exercise, you release endorphins. They're like a natural high. A natural way to get a high, help you feel good, help you de-stress. In fact, studies have actually also showed that when you exercise, you tend to feel better. So I encourage my depressed patients to find some kind of activity to do to help you release those natural hormones that or endorphins that help you feel better. Can we talk now a little bit? Let's shift a little bit to mindsets. Some people say, well, I don't have time in the morning to exercise. Some say, well, nighttime is only when I'm free, and if I exercise, I can't sleep. Is there a best time to exercise? Is there?
So the thing you want to be mindful of is you want to avoid exercising closer to sleep, because that can affect your sleep. So
okay.
If you're going to exercise, it's better to do it in the morning or during the day, because if you do it closer to your bedtime, it can affect your sleep. So you want to make sure that you do it earlier in the day rather than later, close to bedtime.
Okay, because you get kind of energized by exercise. You're like, I'm on top of the world, can't go to sleep. All right, so timing, so maybe early in the day. Now, of course, if you're working night shifts, maybe that works for you, doing exercise before, sure. Now, one of the things I love about what you do is that you have an acronym to help people remember why exercise is a good thing to have in their life in any form, shape, size. And that is your acronym HABIT, which you mentioned earlier. Could you explain to people what that is, what that means?
Yes. So I want exercise to become a habit. I don't want it to feel like a chore. I want it to feel like you can incorporate it in your everyday routine. It doesn't feel like, oh, I have to exercise, but it's just a normal way of life. This is what you do. It's part of your identity. So I came up with the acronym HABIT.
Okay, now before you go ahead, do me a favor, Janeeka. I want you to check to see if your hand is over your speaker, because I really don't know.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, now I can hear. Now I can hear you good. All right, let's start. Let's go ahead with the habit. Go ahead.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna sound much louder than what I sounded before, because I'm already louder by default.
We get it. We get it. People can turn up the volume.
Okay. So yeah, so I want exercise to become a habit. I don't want it to be a chore. I want it to feel a part of your everyday routine. So I came up with the acronym HABIT. So H stands for healthy mindset, because in order to start an exercise routine, you need to check where your mindset is coming from. If you're thinking this is too hard, this is too difficult, I can't do it, you're not going to be able to perform your exercises. A stands for affirming you beliefs, because from your mindset, you have to affirm that you can do it. So instead of saying, oh, this is too hard, say, I'm going to learn how to figure it out. I'm going to learn how to take care of myself. B is believing greater, because developing your habit in exercise is one thing, but I really want people to create habits in different areas of their lives. I is incorporating change, because you have to, like I explained before, look at your schedule. Maybe you need to move things around, shift things around in your schedule in order to create the time for exercise. And T is transforming lives, because at the end of the day, as a physician, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to transform lives. This is actually more than exercise. It's about creating habits and using those habits to affirm who you are.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So I just wanted to emphasize, because I know that, people heard what you said. Number one, H is the healthy mindsets. How you think affects how you see things. How you think affects how you live out, because ultimately we're all a product of our thoughts. So it's really important to master mind control and mindset shifts. I personally believe, and I said this before, that everyone's a few mindsets away from their breakthrough. You have to change the way you think to change how you live and to change your outcome. So please, this is not frou-frou or something said casually. It's actually works. Number two, you said A is affirm. So you affirm positive beliefs, because look, everything that you've ever tried to do that was new, that was difficult, your natural instinct is to say, I can't do it. It's difficult. Oh my goodness, they probably have some kind of special gene or something. Whoever's doing it has some special gifting. No, look for mindsets that work for you, that empower you, and look for people who also send them, who confirm the affirmations too. Number three, believe in greater. Yes, you could do better. You could be better. Believe in better than and greater than you currently are right now. I believe did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then incorporate change. Start. I know the ideal is 30 minutes. If it's 5 minutes that you can just do, start it, and you'll be amazed the changes that you can make, just repeating things over and over again, and it becomes part of your lifestyle. And then T, transforming lives. We're not just saying exercise as a punishment because that's what a doctor should tell you, but because your life actually gets better for it. So this is good. This is good. Thank you. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it myself. I need to practice what I preach or what I encourage. So this is good. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, one more question I was going to ask is for the person who says, Doc, this one I is more for my patients that have muscle fibromyalgia. And I know I'm curved by asking that question, because sometimes it seems, well, I hurt. Why should I exercise? I hurt. What's the what would you say to that person? How would you encourage them that exercise is still an option? How would you dabble with that?
Yeah, I would say it to take it step by step, right? Sometimes we can compare ourselves to others and look at others and they can see more ahead of where we are, or we can look at others and say, oh, I can't do that because I'm hurting all the time and I can't do things like that. But if you just, and I really like to break them down into very, very small steps. So it can even be as small as purchasing sneakers, to walk, to start a walking program. That is a step. That's a step that you didn't have the day before. Okay. It could be even as so just walking one block. That's a step that you didn't take the day before. Okay. So I think it's important to celebrate ourselves during the process so that we don't get discouraged, so that we can keep on going.
Okay. That is powerful. Start where you are. Start where you are. Start where you are and make a change. It could be small and it may not be small. You know, you may look at it small, but it's not small. Start, get a pair of sneakers, walk one block, go outside, stand, take in fresh breath, just do something new. Okay. And that's the encouragement here today. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Now, people are going to ask, where can we find this awesome doctor? How do we get in touch with her? How do we follow her? Where is she? What's your response to that?
So my response to that is, if you have a smartphone, I want you to go in Instagram. I know you have the app, and there's a link on my Instagram bio. I want you to click that link right now, right now, okay? And I want you to then look at my YouTube channel. Okay, you see the YouTube channel link?
Janeeka, make sure your hand is not over the speaker again. It's not, okay. It could just be.
I want you to click the YouTube channel link and click subscribe. And then I want you to click the freebie that I have for you. Okay, did you click it? I'm waiting. Okay, it is called 5 Tips to Increase Your Motivation with Type 2 Diabetes and High Blood Pressure. I want you to put in your name and your email. Did you do it? I'm waiting. Okay, all right, and then you will get my freebie, 5 Tips to Increase Your Motivation with Type 2 Diabetes and High Blood Pressure, landing in your email box.
Awesome, thank you so much. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
I hear you great.
Okay, awesome. So, and I will also put the link to what she just talked about. I'm going to put it on the live when we're done. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for your support on and off screen. Thank you for the gems you dropped today. I appreciate you. So it's a wrap. Thank you all for watching. Those who are watching live, those who are watching in replay, thank you for coming. Please share this with those who will find it useful. I know you know people who could use more encouragement in helping themselves actually feel better. And if you or anyone you know is looking for an awesome, thorough, passionate family physician in the Mansfield, Texas area, I am she. It was really nice talking to you guys. Have a good one. Thank you, Janeeka. Bye.
All right, bye.
Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up